Justin Fields is not perfect. He has limitations. You coach around those limitations. Andy Dalton is obviously not perfect either. You coach around those limitations. The limitations that Justin Fields has seem to me easier to coach around than the ones that Andy Dalton has. That's what it boils down to me. And I think that's the most difficult thing. We talked about this yesterday. For the guys in the locker room, to kind of build a culture around an organization, you want to be able to show them that you care about winning as much as they care about winning. That's not what it feels like. Whether David's right and he's not ready to be out there or not, the perception in Chicago right now is they are playing for the future. And you, as a football player, David knows this, we all know this. You are out there risking your body every day, and you know that this career is not for long. And you have any inkling that the organization is not putting everything into your success, like that hurts you, and that hurts, and it makes it very hard for guys to show up every day and work really hard if they feel like no one else above them cares about what happens on Sunday. They're thinking about, hey, we're really going to be good next year or the year after that. That hurts.
But the whole point of drafting QB, it's about the future. It's not about 2021. It's not about Justin Fields. Does he want to play? Is he a competitor right now? Andy Dalton. It's about how do we ensure that Justin Fields is our quarterback for the next 5 to 10 years, right? So when I hear, especially defensive guys, talk about, oh, like, who cares? Like, throw him out there. I get it. The quarterback is different. It is a different position.
I accept.
So here's the thing. When I talk to people pre-draft, the two QBs that I heard had the highest the highest ceiling and upside, and guys were excited about were Justin Fields and Trey Lance. But what I was told was they would need some time. They'd need some seasoning. But those are the dudes that could outpace everybody.
Okay.
But they need time.
I think that's fine. I don't disagree with you on that. But the assumption, we talked about this yesterday also. Everyone's assuming that somehow sitting them on the sideline is what's getting them better. I don't accept that. You get better by going out there and playing and participating.
Okay, you know what I saw? I saw Zach Wilson run around. I saw Zach Wilson run for his life. No,
perfect example.
No, it's not.
Perfect example. Because Zach was bad.
When the quarterback gets the ball and there's pressure coming to him, his first thought is, oh, not let me stand in the pocket and find a guy. It's like, let me take off.
That's fine.
Let me take off because I'm trying not to get killed.
Zach Wilson was bad in the beginning of that game. He was good by the end. He got better. Justin Fields did not get better this week.
Let me get David Pollack back in on this question, because I agree with Domonique to the extent that these things don't have to be mutually exclusive. He can need some time to develop and can play at the same time. I would think that one hit that he took in that preseason game against Buffalo, I think, is what scares everybody to death. But David, is he, whether he needs time to become whatever he's eventually going to become or not, is he their best option to try and win a game right now? They need to beat Cincinnati this Sunday. Is he a better option for than Andy Dalton for them to try and win that game?
No, and by the way, that hurts coming out of my mouth. It's hard to say, like, Andy Dalton is a better option than Justin Fields because I know the talent. But again, one's going to get the ball out faster. Here's another thing. Okay, if you want to change the offense a little bit, and you do want to become more Lamar Jackson, more new school, more RPOs, more stuff like that, yeah, I think Justin Fields would be the better option. Have you seen Chicago's offensive line? Like, it ain't good. There is a lot of holes.
That's the whole
There's
point.
a lot of things up front. You better get the ball out of your hands.
It
really
hurts
quickly.
coming out of your mouth because it's nonsense and it's uncomfortable. Like the whole point of changing the offense, or excuse me, the whole point, you have a bad offensive line, you put in Justin Fields and you do things that make it easier on your offensive line. When you have Justin Fields, he accounts as a blocker in the running game because they have to account for him in a way that Andy Dalton does not. So not only is he able to elude sacks, he's also able to make your running game better. That's the whole point to me.
I want to come back to this because I think it has a lot to do with the coach, and I think it has a lot to do with, we saw this with Mitch Trubisky, who was not that different from this circumstance. He might not have had the insane talent Justin Fields has, but he was the second pick in the draft for a reason, and they were not willing to adapt the offense to his skill set, and so that might actually be sort of the sneaky real cause of the problem here. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.